The sleek design, the glowing logo. Apple is one of the most iconic brands in history. But behind its innovation lies a symbol that has intrigued, inspired, and even unsettled millions. The apple, bitten, incomplete, has become a universal representation of technology. But could it also represent something far more profound, something deeply tied to humanity's oldest story? In the Bible, the story of the forbidden fruit in the Garden of Eden is not just a tale of disobedience, it's a warning. Genesis 3:6 tells us that Eve, tempted by the serpent, took the fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, ate it, and shared it with Adam. This act, this single bite, led to humanity's fall from grace. But the Bible describes it not just as a fall, but as the beginning of knowledge, a double-edged gift. Now, consider Apple's logo, a bitten apple, a fruit of knowledge, illuminated by progress. Was this an intentional nod to the forbidden fruit, a subtle acknowledgement of technology's power to both elevate and endanger humanity? Or was it merely a coincidence, a simple design choice that happened to align with one of the most profound stories in human history? Steve Jobs, the visionary behind Apple, was no stranger to spiritual symbolism. A seeker of enlightenment, he studied Zen Buddhism, traveled to India in search of higher truths, and often spoke about the intersection of humanity and technology. To Jobs, technology was more than a tool. It was a means of transformation, a way to connect the physical and digital realms. But could his vision have also drawn inspiration, consciously or unconsciously, from the Bible's forbidden fruit? Apple's products have undeniably revolutionized the world, bringing information to our fingertips and connecting us like never before. But with this power comes a paradox. Technology, like the forbidden fruit, offers knowledge and capability, yet it also brings consequences. Social isolation, surveillance, data manipulation. These are the serpents hiding in the branches of our digital tree. The Bible warns of humanity's tendency to seek knowledge without wisdom. Ecclesiastes 1:18 states, "For with much wisdom comes much sorrow. The more knowledge, the more grief." Could this be the underlying message of Apple's bitten logo? A reminder that our pursuit of progress must be tempered with caution? Steve Jobs himself seemed to understand the dangers of unfettered ambition. In his iconic 2005 Stanford commencement speech, he spoke about mortality, humility, and the importance of staying grounded. Yet, the empire he built has pushed humanity to its limits, transforming the way we live, work, and think. Apple's rise has parallels to the story of Babel in Genesis 11, where humanity, united by a common goal, sought to build a tower to the heavens. Their ambition was halted by divine intervention, a warning against overreaching. Today, Apple's technological ecosystem connects billions across the globe, creating a kind of modern Babel, a digital tower that reaches for omniscience. But what if the symbolism goes even deeper? What if the forbidden fruit isn't just a metaphor for knowledge, but a prophecy about the very age we're living in? As the apple continues to glow, are we unknowingly repeating the mistakes of Eden, one bite at a time? The Bible's story of the forbidden fruit isn't just a tale of ancient times. It's a timeless warning about the pursuit of unchecked knowledge. In Genesis, the serpent tempts Eve with the promise that eating the fruit will open her eyes and make her, like God, knowing good and evil. This pursuit of divine power led to humanity's fall. Today, in the age of technology, are we once again standing before the tree of knowledge, seduced by its promises? Apple's logo, a bitten apple, has become a symbol of innovation, progress, and enlightenment. But the deeper symbolism of the bite cannot be ignored. It evokes the act of crossing boundaries, of reaching for something forbidden, just as Eve did in Eden. The question remains, did Steve Jobs and his team choose this logo consciously, knowing its biblical connotations, or is this a coincidence that carries an unintended warning? Steve Jobs was known for his meticulous attention to detail and his understanding of the power of symbolism. In his quest to merge technology with artistry, he created devices that feel less like tools and more like extensions of ourselves. He envisioned a world where technology wasn't just used, it was lived. But in doing so, did Jobs inadvertently recreate the biblical narrative of the forbidden fruit, offering humanity a new kind of knowledge, one that comes with its own dangers? Consider the parallels. The fruit of the tree of knowledge granted humanity the ability to discern good and evil. Apple's devices grant us unprecedented access to information, ideas, and global connectivity. But just as the fruit brought consequences, banishment from Eden and the burden of mortality, so too has technology introduced a host of modern dilemmas. Cyber addiction, misinformation, surveillance, and the erosion of privacy have all emerged as the unintended consequences of our digital age. Ecclesiastes 7:29 warns, "God made mankind upright, but they have sought out many schemes." This verse captures the paradox of progress. Humanity's relentless drive to innovate often leads to unforeseen consequences. Apple's success, while transformative, has also brought about challenges that mirror the moral and ethical dilemmas of Eden. Are we, like Adam and Eve, sacrificing something essential in our pursuit of knowledge? The bite from the apple also symbolizes the loss of innocence. In Eden, Adam and Eve's disobedience led to their awareness of shame, suffering, and death. In today's world, technology has similarly stripped away certain veils of innocence. Social media exposes us to the darkest corners of humanity. Algorithms manipulate our perceptions. The digital realm, once heralded as a tool for enlightenment, has become a battleground for truth and deception. Apple's rise to dominance has also created a kind of technological dependence. Just as the serpent promised that the fruit would make humanity like gods, technology now offers a semblance of omnipotence. We can access any piece of information, connect with anyone, and influence the world with a single click. Yet, this power often leaves us feeling more isolated and overwhelmed than ever before. The Bible's warnings about overreaching are echoed in the Tower of Babel story, where humanity's ambition to reach the heavens led to their division and dispersion. Today, technology has united the world in ways previously unimaginable, but it has also created new divisions between those with access to innovation and those without, between the real and the virtual, between authenticity and artificiality. As we delve deeper into Apple's history, the connections to biblical themes become harder to dismiss. Steve Jobs, a man who valued simplicity and symbolism, chose an image that resonates deeply with the story of humanity's first transgression. Could the bite out of the apple be a reminder of the cost of progress, a hidden warning about the path we're on? If the forbidden fruit led to humanity's fall, what might this modern fruit lead to? And are we prepared to face the consequences? The serpent in Eden didn't just offer a piece of fruit, it offered a promise, a way to transcend human limitations and gain knowledge like God's. In Genesis 3:5, the serpent tempts Eve, saying, "Your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." Today, technology has become the modern serpent, whispering promises of boundless knowledge, limitless power, and infinite connection. But like the fruit of Eden, these promises come with a cost. Apple, with its sleek devices and seamless ecosystem, has become synonymous with progress and innovation. Yet its iconic logo, a bitten apple, remains a potent symbol. What does it mean to take a bite out of knowledge, and how does this act shape our humanity? With every new innovation, are we inching closer to enlightenment, or repeating the mistakes of Eden? Steve Jobs once said, "Technology is nothing. What's important is that you have faith in people, that they're basically good and smart, and if you give them tools, they'll do wonderful things." But history has shown us that tools are only as good, or as dangerous, as the hands that wield them. The same technology that connects us can also divide us. The same tools that enlighten can also deceive. Consider the ways technology mirrors the forbidden fruit. Social media, often celebrated as a platform for connection, has become a breeding ground for division, misinformation, and manipulation. Artificial intelligence promises to enhance our capabilities, but raises ethical questions about control and dependency. Even Apple's devices, designed to empower, have created a culture of addiction and constant surveillance. Revelation 13:16-17 warns of a future where humanity will be controlled by a system so pervasive that no one could buy or sell unless they had the mark. Could the ever-expanding reach of technology, with its digital currencies, biometric data, and AI-driven systems, be a step toward this prophecy? Apple's devices, while revolutionary, are also tools that track, monitor, and influence behavior. Are we willingly placing ourselves under the watchful eye of a system that could one day dictate every aspect of our lives? Technology has also redefined how we perceive reality. Augmented and virtual realities promise to enhance our world, but they also blur the line between what's real and what's artificial. In the same way the serpent in Eden distorted the truth, technology has the power to manipulate perceptions, creating a new kind of deception. Could this be the modern version of the serpent's lie, a promise of enlightenment that ultimately leads us astray? The parallels to the Tower of Babel grow stronger. In Genesis 11, humanity's desire to build a tower to the heavens was seen as an act of defiance, an attempt to transcend human limitations. Today, our digital towers, servers, satellites, and algorithms reach across the globe, connecting billions. But this interconnectedness has also created vulnerabilities. A single breach, a single failure, could bring the system crashing down. Steve Jobs envisioned technology as a way to empower humanity, to give us the tools to create, connect, and innovate. But even he acknowledged the limits of human ambition. In his later years, Jobs often reflected on mortality and meaning, urging others to focus on what truly matters. Yet the company he built has become a symbol of humanity's relentless pursuit of progress, for better or worse. The Bible repeatedly warns about the dangers of seeking knowledge without wisdom. Proverbs 14:12 states, "There is a way that appears to be right, but in the end it leads to death." Could this be a warning about the path we're on? A path paved with innovation but leading to unforeseen consequences? As we continue to take bites from this modern fruit, we must ask ourselves, what are we sacrificing in the process? Are we gaining enlightenment? Or are we losing something far more essential, our humanity, our morality, our connection to the divine? The serpent in Eden offered humanity a choice. Today, as technology becomes an inseparable part of our lives, are we facing the same choice once again? The story of the forbidden fruit in Eden wasn't just about disobedience, it was about choice, a moment when humanity stepped into the unknown, chasing knowledge at the cost of innocence. Today, technology offers us the same promise: to transcend limits, to know more, to become more. But at what cost? With Apple's bitten logo as a modern echo of the biblical fruit, are we unwittingly following the same path that led to humanity's fall? The Bible warns in 1 Corinthians 8:1, "Knowledge puffs up, but love builds up." In our relentless pursuit of innovation, we've created tools that amplify knowledge, yet they often erode connection. Apple's ecosystem, designed to empower, has also tethered us to screens, algorithms, and digital identities. We are more connected than ever, yet loneliness, anxiety, and division have reached unprecedented levels. Could this be the modern version of the consequences Adam and Eve faced? A loss of paradise for the sake of knowledge? Technology has brought us many gifts, but it has also brought profound challenges. The promise of artificial intelligence, for instance, is both thrilling and terrifying. AI has the potential to solve humanity's greatest problems, but it also raises existential questions about control, ethics, and what it means to be human. As AI systems grow more powerful, some warn of a future where these creations surpass their creators. Could this be the fulfillment of biblical warnings about humanity's overreach? Revelation 13 describes a world where humanity becomes dependent on a pervasive system of control, symbolized by the mark of the beast. Today, digital currencies, biometric tracking, and AI-driven technologies are bringing this vision closer to reality. Apple's devices, while revolutionary, are also gateways into a world where privacy is eroded and freedom is increasingly conditional. The same tools that empower us also tether us to a system we may no longer fully control. Steve Jobs, a man driven by vision and ambition, once said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life." Yet the empire he built has given rise to a culture where our lives are increasingly shaped by digital forces. Algorithms predict our desires, social media shapes our beliefs, and screens consume our attention. Have we traded our agency for convenience, our freedom for connection? The symbolism of Apple's logo, the bitten fruit, feels increasingly prophetic. In Eden, the bite marked a moment of irreversible change. Today, with each innovation, we take another bite from the modern fruit of knowledge, pushing further into uncharted territory. The question is no longer whether technology will change humanity, but whether humanity will remain recognizable on the other side. The Bible's warnings about knowledge without wisdom resonate deeply in the age of technology. Proverbs 3:7 advises, "Do not be wise in your own eyes, fear the Lord and shun evil." This is not a call to reject knowledge, but a reminder to approach it with humility and discernment. As we continue to innovate, we must ask, are we building tools to enhance humanity or to replace it? Apple's rise mirrors the story of Babel, where humanity's ambition to build a tower to the heavens led to its downfall. Today, our digital towers stretch across the globe, connecting billions, but also creating vulnerabilities. What happens if these towers collapse? Are we prepared for the consequences of our dependence on technology? The forbidden fruit in Eden was a test, a moment of choice. Today, we face a similar test. Technology is not inherently evil, but it is a tool that reflects and amplifies human nature. How we use it will determine whether it becomes a blessing or a curse. Before you leave, reflect on this. The apple is more than a logo. It's a symbol of the choices we make as a society. Are we repeating the mistakes of Eden, or are we forging a new path with wisdom and humility? As we continue to take bites from this modern fruit, one question remains. Are we gaining enlightenment, or are we losing our way?